What up, y'all? It's your girl Lex the Brand Reacts, and I'm back with another video. Everybody looks at the title. We're gonna talk about Baddies USA Chapter 1, Episode 3. Episode 3, okay? But let's get into Episode 3 because we have no time to waste. There's so much shit to talk about. Literally, so much shit. Episode 3 start out with Dolly versus Tink. Like I said in Episode 2's review, recap, reaction, Dolly, you won that. Tink, you lost. But I found it funny how Dolly versus Tink happened, and Summer's confessional was her pretty much like, oh yeah, I started that on some shit, which is fucking hilarious, but and not hilarious in a way like, oh yeah, I agree with Summer starting some shit up, but I just think it's funny how the next course of events in the episode happens and niggas wonder why things happen the way it happened with Summer this season, which is literally crazy to me as to why people question it. So Natalie finally returns after a whole episode of not seeing Natalie. She finally returns to the baddies. Episode 1, as you know, Tanisha had came back, and once Tanisha came back, Natalie ass did, like, with the quickness. She literally did. Tanisha didn't say a word to her, so it was just like an unprovoked leave, but to each his own. So yeah, after they greet Natalie greets Scotty and them because everybody's in their own little sprinter. I think majority of the house was in Dolly and Summer sprinter, and then another car was Gla Gla Boom, Mariah, and Tesehki, and then another car was Scotty, Fauna, Kokilla, and what's that girl named Tavy? Jesus Christ. So that's how everybody was broken up. First sprinter was Scotty's sprinter that pulled up. Obviously, it was no fights, no drama, no nothing. Natalie was just showing them around. They all go to the backyard or whatever the fuck. I don't know. What's the next? Dolly versus Tink. Their sprinter gets there. Dolly versus Tink happens again. On the bus, it was just a little 1-2. Let me not say it was a little 1-2 because Dolly beat up Tink in that. Like, Tink only got one hit, and that one hit honestly was a good hit because she got her little scar. But Dolly versus Tink was off the bus. 3 rounds. Dolly beat the shit out of Tink. Had Tink eye looking every which way but straight. Okay? Like, yeah, it was funny. So what I found funny about the last round on that fight was Summer inserting herself, potentially protecting Tink, holding back Dolly. My thing about it was, how the fuck are you gonna insert yourself into breaking up a fight acting like you didn't want them to fight, but on the bus, you the reason why they fought? Summer, sit down. Thank you. I agree with Lex in this specific instance because Lex got into that after she saw Summer trying to break up the fight. Dolly was sitting there yelling at Summer because Summer had grabbed her titty in the midst of the fight. I don't know. Summer, bitch, you need to wash your hands, okay? Watch your hands. The same way niggas was on Razor, like, remember, I forgot what season it was, where Razor and Scotty had that little altercation where Razor essentially insinuated that Scotty was touching her on some shit, and y'all kind of like damn near almost tried to cancel Scotty for that, or y'all was on Razor about that shit. Why the fuck are y'all not on Summer about knowing how to keep her hands to herself? These bitches say when this bitch get looking at her, she can't stop touching a bitch. Why y'all not asking someone to keep her hands to herself? She's too grown. It's not like she's 21, 22. She's too grown to not know when to keep her hands to herself. So yeah, my camera cut off and due to heat. So I had to give it a little break. So we're gonna have to speed all of this up. And like I said before, it's so much shit. It's like an essay. So we're gonna try to get through what we're gonna get through. But last thing I said was Summer versus Lex. Pretty much Lex was getting at Summer because, bitch, why you trying to break it up? Like, come on. We don't do this in none of your fights. Like, pretty much like, what are you doing? Like, you're doing too much. So Summer sitting there like, no, I'm not gonna let them fight. It's over. They did it. Girl, you started it. You the last person I expected to get in between this. I thought it was really gonna be like Lex or Suki or somebody like Rollie or whoever. Like, you were the last person, literally, I would think, to get in and break something up. Like, so, but then again, what the shit is ever since Tink did that little slap to her in Midwest, Summer been walking a straight line when it comes to Tink. So, but other than that, let's move on because we ain't got that much time. What was next? Natalie pretty much, after they fought, Natalie pretty much expressed her mental health with the baddies. Yeah, Tink is just obsessed with Killer. Ugh. That's just the best way I could really put it. Like, but then again, it's like, okay, we know this with Tink. Like, when she has a storyline, she loves to milk that storyline. Like, she'll milk it down. In the situation, dead ass be little as fuck. Like, y'all could have got it on like 2 times, 3 times, and that would have been it. But like, she be keep going, keep talking, keep cracking jokes. Like, bitch, if you want to be on Def Comedy Jam, go do that, not on Baddies, because other than that, she just be forcing it, and that's why she's like annoying to me. No shade. Like, that's just the honest truth. That's my opinion. So it be with me. Anyways, what happened next? Oh, Scotty pretty much clocked Summer, because Summer was sitting there like, oh, if you have a daughter, name her Summer. Fucking Scotty gonna sit there and be like, I will do winter before I do summer. And Natalie was sitting there weak, because I was sitting there dying. Like, first of all, I was about to say winter. Girl, summer, please. Ain't nobody naming their kid after you? Hell no. After the way you act? Absolutely not. You're the last person somebody would name their kid after, please. Next scene was Ahna, Tesehki, Mariah, and Biggie pulling up. And everybody know the scene. Once they pull up, Summer, boo. And Natalie looked at her like, bitch. But nah, that was dumb funny. But like, it was just like, here we go. She started nitpicking once niggas pull up. Like, I think she was picking with Mariah the most. So Tesehki wasn't saying nothing, but you could see like that shit was pissing Tesehki off, and as it would be me too. Like, let's be real. Like, when somebody just picking, bitch, you be talking about, oh, back up, I don't want to fight, da da da. You be running, like, you just don't know when to shut up. Like, you really don't. So Tesehki was looking at her like, yo, bitch, come on. Like, Mariah and her was going back and forth for a little bit, and then Biggie had pulled up on them, like, said something about, I don't know. We don't even need to discuss that, because then she fucked around and called her Rollie by accident. And I was sitting there like, see, bitch, this bitch Summer is like really Ed. Like, and then, like I said, Tesehki clocked Summer for wanting attention. As always, when the cameras is on, that's all you do. When the cameras is off, that's all you do. Like, you just that type of person. You act mad childish. You don't know when to close your mouth. How old are you? Okay, if you like that on and off, girl, you need help. Alright, cause off camera, we're talking reality, real world. Somebody will do you dirty if you like ever do some like crazy weird shit you be doing on Baddies. So it's just like, you gotta take it easy, be safe, safety. Like, that shit ain't no joke. Some niggas is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, baby girl, and I don't think you're ready for that type of heat, because you done fell out with your mans. Who the fuck about to be around you to help you? DJ Sky, run for cover. That ain't much of a help. Let's get on. Let me see. Oh yeah, Summer had tried to check Biggie on fucking with Smiley. Once again, you insert yourself into somebody else's issue. Mind you, you and Smiley, if you and Smiley close, what? I feel like if y'all close, that must have been on some new shit. And if it's on some new shit, then bitch, you don't need to be speaking for somebody who's just your friend now. Like, I would get it if you speak for Lex or Dolly, but then again, I wouldn't, because it's just like, mind your business. Everybody's grown. You don't need to speak for nobody. And if you do, then whose problem that sound like? But speaking for Smiley was crazy. Super crazy. Then it go to Dolly and Ahna having their conversation, pretty much of like, oh, Like they don't want to fight each other. Like they never had an issue with each other, pretty much like that. And then Summer, boom, just has to insert herself as per usual. So then it turned to Dolly and Ahna versus Summer. that's what it turned into. Like or some shit. Like that's really what it was. That was the gag. So then while that's going on, Summer mentions Tesehki. That was idiotic. She was obviously, you're not blind. So you obviously see her looking at you crazy when you was already getting at Mariah. So the fact that you said her name, you should have already knew. Once her name left your lips, she was coming straight for you. Like, and you fucked up because she walked up, she looked like she wasn't about to do shit to you. At least that's what you thought. She slapped the shit out of Summer. Like, boom. Like, and it was granted. That's all she needed to hear. You mentioned her. That was it. She wasn't about to jump in for nobody else like you. Because you speaking for other people. She don't need to speak for nobody else. Everybody in her crew gonna speak for themselves. She's sitting back. But she's low-key just sitting there peeping your vibe. You run your mouth too much. Shut up. So in the midst of Tesehki and Summer situation, Dolly was trying to hold Summer back. And Summer was still trying to, she was trying to charge at Tesehki. They went through their little squabble. I don't really call it like a good squabble. It wasn't a good one. But like, I feel like Tesehki just stop taking it easy on her. Like, I in that instance, I wanted you to not take it easy on her. Because I'm sitting there like, no. You need to do her in. Them slaps the first round, it wasn't cool for me, honestly. I wanted you to do her in then. But I accepted it because it was already out there. It's, what can I do? But it's like this round, you should have beat the shit out of her. Like, this bitch type to pull hair. Your hair should have been up. Boom. But then again, who knows if she thought this bitch was gonna mention her or even start some shit with anybody. So it's just like, I don't know. That fight could have definitely been a little bit better. But Summer probably got like 2 hits in, maybe, if that. But the Summer fans, they be getting excited when she gets one. They get excited when she speaks, and I just be sitting there like, y'all the type of people that put yourselves into shit and then cry wolf to somebody for help. And it's just like, if you sit back and shut up, then none of this shit would be happening. But anyways, Summer then, after they break it up, Summer then says the word that rhymes with escapist. And once again, you sit there and cry wolf when niggas don't have you, because I feel like where would Krishan get this idea of, let me just put this out there. You and Krishan ain't that close. But like, let's just start there. You and Krishan ain't that close. And y'all communication have not been that long. So, where would Krishan have gotten this idea to say what she said about Lex and Dolly, like pretty much calling them out, like why they not gonna get in there for you when it comes to Tesehki, if Summer, you wasn't running your mouth about them behind their back. So it's just like, Summer and the people who's all of a sudden being on her side, like, let's be real, I never liked the big three. I'm just going with like what's really making sense and what's not. What's really out there, what we're seeing, So the whole fallout of the big three is just like, I don't need to be biased. I don't like none of them. Like, I really don't. You crying to Krishan about bitches not having your back. Why would they? When shit like that leaves your mouth, and you antagonizing people, you mentioning people, like, why would they? That's what they're trying to get you to understand. And the fact that not only Summer doesn't understand that, not only Krishan doesn't understand that, it just makes a whole lot of sense as to what's transpiring and where I'm sitting at on each side, because I'm sitting here like, I'm looking at you now, because it's like how everything is unfolded in this episode. These girls are trying to help you. Like, they're trying to push you back, get you to not fight. You're still running your mouth. It's only so much like somebody can do. I know me. I'm going to tell you maybe once or twice. If you like, now your energy shifted to me, I'm gonna back up, because now I'm triggered and bitch, I will slap the shit out of you. So it's just like, yeah, I feel them on that. Then like, trying to help her, but then, you know what? Let's keep going because there's a whole bunch of other shit. This episode was so overstimulating. If you watched, you already know what I mean. So, I'm not even about to, yeah. So, oh yeah, after Summer says the word that rhymes with escapist, she then cries wolf and says to keep her out the family group chat when it comes to her sister's beef. Okay, let's just put this on the floor. Tesehki was not the one who put the family business out there. So a comment like that should be meant to Krishan, if Krishan's coming at you, because she's the one who put the family business out there. When it comes to this situation, like, I don't want to like speak on it for real, like who I believe, who I don't, because at the end of the day, the truth is gonna come out and whoever's lying is just gonna be that. But for someone to always say somebody is doing shit for clout, that is some clout chasing shit. The whole time. And if y'all don't see that, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not saying that the whole essay thing is made up. I'm not saying she's lying. I'm just stating what's out there. Whether it's true or not, that was brought on TV for an ulterior motive. And now it's brought on TV again for another ulterior motive to diminish somebody's character. That's the whole point of my comment. I'm not talking about the essay situation at all. I'm talking about why it was brought to us, the public, on some petty shit. Okay? Let me just reiterate that. Gotta make sure. Because I don't want nobody to be like, oh, so you basically saying this bitch lying? No, that's not what I'm saying. I said I don't know if it's true or not, nor do I really want to know. That's not my business. That's between them two. That's between their family. They need to heal. Anyways, let's get back to the episode because, yes, we got so much more to talk about. Yeah, this is going to be a long ass video. I think, what's that after? Yeah, Rollie had basically chimed in like, bitch, shut the fuck up, da, 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 to Smiley. I mean, see, look, this bitch talking about sticking up for Smiley. She got me saying her name. Summer, she was in Summer face on some Mommy Ahna shit, like some mama bear shit, like, and I love Rollie for that, because I'm sitting there like, please, somebody need to, like, somebody I know she'll listen to, even though she didn't listen to Rollie, but somebody that she'll know, like, bitch, all right, you're wrong, like, you don't get it. Like, the whole point of Tesehki having an issue with you is you inserting your, like, you feeling comfortable to say a comment to me like that, like, and what I said was barely anything. Let's be real. If we compare the comments, it really wasn't nothing. Like, it was just like, that was some shit you really could have just brushed it aside. But you on some clout shit, because you're just like Krishan, you wanted to do that. You're doing what you think the fans want to see out of you. And that's why your face is being reconstructed within each episode I'm seeing. Like, bitch, that bitch lip next episode is fat than a bitch. So you're being turned into somebody new. You're gonna be a whole new person by the end of the season. So it's just like your mouth is what's getting you in trouble. You're not listening. Like, open up your ears and comprehend what everybody's saying before you speak. Like, and like I said, at this big age of 28 that everybody say you are, I didn't Google you, so I really don't know how old you are, but niggas are saying you're that age, like you're late 20s, so I'm pretty sure you got some common sense. Like, come on. This highlight of the episode. Tink versus Killer, right? Not the fight, please. Because the fight literally took about 38 minutes out of the episode. The highlight of the episode was definitely Suki and Sapphire when they was doing the salsa shit. And Scotty. Her confessional on top of that, yo. I was weak in my crib. I had to run that back a few times because they nailed it. Like, they dead. They nailed it for real, because I'm sitting there like, yo, y'all dead cha-cha sliding over here for what? Like, are y'all gonna fall in or what? Like, we taking years. Like, what we doing? All of that to do nothing. I think they fought like, what, 2 rounds? And then Killer gets scalped. And I was like, damn, like, Killer, you have some long ass hair. And I'm like, Ting, come on. You all about boom, 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 and all that little dramatics you be doing, bitch. You pulling hair and shit, like, come on. But she got that. She got that. I'll give her that. While Kokilla and, I was about to say Fauna. Let me not. While Kokilla and, what's her name? Ting. While they were fighting, you hear, Summer again say, and I still believe Krishan. You don't get it. Imagine she was running from Tesehki, like running. Get this bitch away from me. Get this bitch. She keeps saying that mouth is loose. Stop talking. That's the whole point of everybody. Like, bro, just stop talking. If you wanted to stop, then stop talking. But no. She can't. Like, she can't. She literally cannot help herself. And she's literally one of them people, like, in life that you would meet where it's like, at least as a female, it's like one chance you'll meet a girl who just like runs her mouth so much. It could have been high school, middle school, elementary school, whatever. It's just that one girl you'll meet where like she run her mouth so much, and it's just like you look at her like, yo, one day somebody going, like, you really gonna reach your match, and somebody really is going to do you in so bad, it's gonna be either critical or minor. Like, so it's just like she's that type that she won't get it until it's that, and that's sad, like, for real, because it's like, and you got kids too, like, you got people to live for, so it's just like a lot of that mouth of yours, like, if you could just shut it up, it's just like you would be, people will like you more. And it's just like, oh, well, that's not being her. It's not about that being you. You need to change some things about you. Like, you just need to change some shit about you. You need to grow up. You're a kid. You move like a kid. That's just what it is. And then after she says that, Tesehki punched Summer in her mouth, like she called her. Because Rollie, I think that was still, I don't know when that was. Somehow Tesehki punched her in her mouth. I was about to say when Rollie, because when Rollie pulled up on Summer, Tesehki had snuck behind her and snuffed her. I think that could have been that moment. But yeah, snuffed that bitch in her mouth. Boom. Like, I'm sitting there like, yes, shut her up. Now, I told y'all the episode was overstimulating, but here was the most overstimulating part, which was Krishan versus Tesehki. I feel like, well, at least most people online were saying like they were speaking in code. But it wasn't speaking in code if you remember what was happening when it was happening. It was all about putting the pieces together with what they were saying. Like, Krishan's sentences just be mumbled. So you could barely like really hear what she be saying. Like, she'll say like 3 words and it's just mumbled. And it's just like, what, bitch? What are you saying? So Summer reinserts herself again when she sees them two going back and forth, and she's talking about beat that bitch up, Krishan, beat that bitch up. Lex and Gretch try to tell Summer to shut up, like, bitch, shut the fuck up, like, and Lex and Summer go back and forth, and then Summer say, bitch, fuck you. Lex was sitting there talk a little bit, then she caught on what she said. I just said, fuck you too, like. She said that, bitch. Exited stage left. That shit was hilarious, because it was just like, I was Lex, no cap, like, because I'm that type of friend, like, oh, you ain't, if you think I'm one of those that's about to take your disrespect, I don't give a fuck how mad you are with anybody in this bitch. Watch who you talking to, especially if I'm sitting here trying to help you. I'm your friend, like, come on. You ain't that blonde, you blacked out so much, you can see me, like, bitch, come on, I ain't against you, but bitch, relax. You're doing too much. You're making yourself look stupid. So, I feel her on that. Let me see. Krishan this is the part that killed me, because I'm going to insert the TikTok. This is the part that killed me, because Krishan sat there and said, in her confessional, why are you crying? You're too old. Talking about, you know, Tesehki, because Tesehki was emotional. Like I said, the whole situation, their little scene was hella overstimulating. Like, everybody was crying, screaming, throwing a tantrum. It was just too much shit. And I was just sitting here like, yo, what the fuck is happening? Like, what is going on? And then all you hear is Krishan like, can I talk? Can I talk? And then when nobody's talking, there's no words that come out. So it's just like, bro, why? Come on. Like, what you need to say and what you need to do is you need to get at Summer, number one. That's number one. But you're not getting at Summer because you see Summer as a little you. She's a Krishan Junior. Like, that's just what it is. So she see like, oh yeah. And then Summer got a little clout. So yeah, like I said, Krishan is a clout chaser because if you knew Tesehki did this 2 years ago, I don't know why you would bring that on the screen for clout against your sister. Because at that time, your sister had better clout than you. So it's just like, once again, y'all sitting here getting up, like y'all going deep into the situation, but nobody's asking, well, wait, why the fuck would you bring this shit to TV? And let's stick on that. We don't need to stick to nothing else because at the end of the day, most people who kept up with what's going on, we know their situation of how they were raised. Does it make it okay? Hell no. But I'm not gonna touch in on that because that's their family. We know what we know because shit got out there by them. So at the end of the day, it's just like you bring that to TV on some clout shit. Let's stick to that. That's weird. And then you're trying to turn, especially something like that other people have gone through in their life. You're trying to turn something like that into some clout shit. Like that's the big picture. It's probably not the big picture to most people because, you know, niggas are used to behavior like this in their life, maybe, or they know somebody like maybe it could be a friend of somebody who act like this, so they used to behavior like this. They enable that shit. So people like that agree with them. So it's just like, that's cool, that's fine. Me on the other hand, I'm not fucking with none of that. So Krishan had dapped up Summer. That's what I mean by like, Krishan, you should have came there to do two things. And I feel like those two things, Tesehki would have been cool with. She would have never came at Summer if these two things would have happened. If you would have came in there and checked Summer about keep bringing the shit up. Because if you apologize to your sister behind closed doors about bringing this up on TV, you shouldn't be cool with the next bitch who's bringing this shit up again to use in my face to diminish my character again on top of the time you did it the first time. And you shouldn't be going up to her, dap her up neither. Let's talk about it. So that I'm on Tesehki's side when it comes to this right here. When I'm talking about the essay, like I said, I'm not talking about that situation. I'm talking about how bitches is using that to be funny. This shit ain't got nothing to do with you doing this because you need to heal. This don't got nothing to do with that. You using this to diminish somebody's character. That's what it is. Y'all have ulterior motives and y'all are using that. Let's reel it back in. That's what you should have did. Fuck dapping a bitch up. Fuck saying, oh yeah, we cool. Fuck doing this. Fuck checking Lex and Dolly on them bitches not jumping in for something. Fuck, what? Is she your sister or is Tesehki your sister? But then again, that was what was going on in the parking lot because they try to make it seem like, oh, Tesehki was mad that Marsh was there. No. Apparently, the situation was that she heard the comment about Sapphire said, I don't even remember what it was word for word, but I just know that it has something to do with pretty much Krishan saying that Tesehki and her sister, she really don't give a fuck. Like, she'll take Marsh over Tesehki, pretty much. So, if I was Tesehki, I would have crashed out too because, bitch, not only did I go against my morals, my boundaries, and forgave you after you put out a serious ass accusation like that, whether it's an accusation or, well, whether it's alleged or true, false, whatever, we don't know. Who knows if we'll ever find out. I'm not even interested. I'm just interested in the parts of how niggas is using this shit. Not even on no, this is, I need to heal from this, or we need to heal, or whatever. Like, you're using this to diminish somebody's whole character. Like, you're using this to be funny on it. Like, both of y'all. So, it's like two peas in the pot. That's why Krishan ain't gonna pop on Summer, and once I saw that, I'm like, damn, Krishan, like, we always rooting for y'all to come back on the season to be together. That's why when y'all two when Tesehki got back cool with you, we all was here for it. We all was here for it. Low key in the back of my head, I'm sitting there like, yo, I hope Krishan does not do no dumb shit and flip on Tesehki when they get in the house. Don't do no weird shit. Like, that's what I was saying in the back of my head, but I was sitting there like, yes, like they both could come in and check these bitches, like especially the big three, because y'all bitches was pissing us the most off. Like, so yeah, we wanted them to come in and check y'all bitches, and yeah. So, but it turned out exactly how I didn't want it to happen. And yeah, it's a whole bunch of, you got a clique of delusional people, which is Tommy, Krishan, Marsh, Summer, DJ Sky. All of these niggas are delusional. They all feed off of each other's delusions. Even I just spoke up Tommy because Tommy then inserts herself into Tesehki and Krishan biasly. I'm sitting here like, you should have been on it as Suki. Suki was on it like, no, y'all don't need to fight, da 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 da. Like, both of y'all don't need to fight. Y'all don't need to do this. You want some shit like, Tesehki, like, but yeah, I'm with Krishan. Like, bitch, sit down, please, sit down. Tesehki clock Tommy. Like, bitch, I know you was talking about me too. Like, I know you was talking about me too. And Tommy sitting there looking all confused as per usual. In Rollie's words, drunk as fuck. Natalie admits that Summer is doing a lie. Bitch, you should have admitted this 2 seasons ago. This is what happens when you gas up a goofy. This is exactly what happens. I had to, word that right. This is what happens when you gas up a goofy. The next scene I remember, because my camera's about to die, so I gotta hurry up. Okay, the next thing I remember was Summer, Dolly on the stairs. Summer was still running her jibs. Krishan, after Krishan dapped her up, she go to the stairs to try to like tell her to be quiet, be quiet. Like, no, it ain't no be quiet. Like I said what I said. She should have said that instead of all that be quiet shit. Why the fuck are you sparing this bitch? Why? Because she see her as another her. That's just what it is. And she's gonna use Summer for clout. The clout that she has. And yeah. Summer saw her life flash before her eyes when Tesehki got on the stairs, because that bitch Tesehki punched her ass down them stairs. Like, she punched her boop boop, and then Summer just like, she's like, fuck it, I'd rather fall than get another hit. Like, she's like, fuck it, I'd rather, that bitch took her and Dolly down. Boom. I'm like, oh. Tesehki checks Marsh and Krishan for not fighting Summer for the comment. Like I said, I agree with Tesehki. Marsh though, but then again, you like, I feel what Tesehki said. Maybe still not Marsh, but Krishan, like, bitch, you should have been on that. Like, she's if you apologize for putting it out there, you should be apologizing for the next bitch to keep repeating it, because now it's keep getting brought up, and it's given that she's your friend, and she wouldn't have this idea if it wasn't for y'all two being friends, right? Okay, just like you wouldn't have had the idea to check Lex and Dolly. Okay. Summer gets saved by the bell after Ahna tried to sneak her. Ahna snuck her. She kicked her in like her chest and her chin a little bit, but that was all she got. Ahna was on that. Then it was Rollie versus Summer again. Like, bitch, shut up, da 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 da. Summer cries to Tommy, and Tommy's sitting there like a pimp. Shut up, bitch, shut up. And she shut up, so Lex tries to calm Summer down. I don't even know why. After that bitch that fuck you should have really left her alone. Summer fired off on Lex, crying. Then Lex started firing off. And next thing you know, Tesehki fired off on fire off on Summer through the curtain again. And that's what we end off on the episode. So I pretty much explained how I felt on each situation. This camera's on 4%, so I'm trying to wrap this up. But like I said, episode highlight was definitely Suki, Sapphire, and Scotty with the whole salsa thing. I'm gonna see if I can put that clip on here. It's not gonna be from Zeus, so, and I'm also about to put like I do not own copyrights, because y'all are doing too much for me. Like, y'all, it's so much other people y'all can come forward than me. I'm just saying, if I'm saying the truth, give me a show. No shade. But This is Lex the Rat Reacts. Episode 4 is coming when it comes out. This is dropping soon. So today is the 11th. So I'm pretty sure this will drop the 11th or the 12th. So stay tuned for episode 4. And then I'm also going to drop South Central Baddies season 6. But I'm gonna see if I can react to that for real. Now I'm really like taking a chance because if I do another thing, it might take down my whole page. So I'm like really moving on thin ice. But I'm hollering at y'all.
You know you the coldest. You know you the coldest. You know you the coldest, baby. You know you the coldest. You know you the coldest.